I feel most alive in the summer. When I was a child, summer was the season of rejuvenation and fun and rest in nature. Everything is alive, everything is blooming. In the summer, trees look like actually living beings. Everything is fresh. I can wear the most comfortable, most beautiful clothes and just be outside whenever I want without having to wrap myself in endless layers. The layers, the discomfort, the containment had been relegated to winter. Demeter is in pain, desolation all around, danger, death. Isn't that what winter has been historically? A season of death. You have to prepare for it, to save enough resources, to have suitable clothes, enough firewood to not freeze to death, enough hay for your livestock. The roads are covered with snow. The fields are empty. I wonder how my perception of summer is going to change in the upcoming decades. Is the summer the season of death now? The layers, the discomfort, the containment, the rise in summer mortality? What kind of mythology would have arisen if we had the kind of climate we have today, like 10 or 5 or 3,000 years ago? Legends of dry riverbeds, dry bones, scorching heat personified in a gloomy figure with red, sun-scorched skin, hollow eyes, defeated by a merciful storm. Right now, I'm in the only cool, cold pocket in Europe, in Georgia. But I read the news, I know what's going on with the rest of Europe. It's hell. It's hell. More than 1,000 people have died already from heat or being overworked. There's not enough air conditioning, there's not enough water, and we can't forget India. So many people, so many lives have been lost in India recently due to heat. I haven't had anyone in my family suffer any direct consequences of this heat, and I myself am pretty heat resistant. Actually, I'm kind of genetically predisposed to be heat resistant. But how hot can it get? Some part of me is like, well, it's not going to heat up forever exponentially. It's not going to do that. It's not like there's going to be 50 degrees Celsius next summer or in 10 years. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, 40 degrees? Yeah, that seems possible. But 50? How hot can it get? I must admit, I'm pretty selfish in this regard. While reading about water shortages and electric grid blackouts, my first thought is, well, I got to stock up on water. I got to install solar panels to be somewhat independent, to be somewhat off-grid, so to speak, even if in the middle of the city. It's literally my first thought. This is like a disease that we have to let run its course through our bodies while we lay in bed, feverish and migrainous. We have to wait. But we can't really just let it go. We also have to fight. And when the crisis is averted, put some mechanisms in place in order to prevent similar bullshit. This utter bullshit. God, I just can't even fathom how disrespectful and cruel can some people be to this planet. I guess what baffles me the most are not even the destructive actions themselves, but the deliberation. I can imagine it's sometimes difficult to predict the consequences of some new technological development. I don't think people could have predicted the damage cigarettes can cause. But later, they found out, and they still pushed for it. Like, how can you do that? How? How do you live with yourself? Yes, I will produce and sell poison because it makes the number go up, because I want a bigger house. I just don't understand. Granted, I've never been at that level of power and wealth, And there was even a study several years ago on the topic how empathy decreases the richer you are. But still, inconceivable. I can potentially understand their argument of, well, the systems that turn out to be harmful are incredibly complex and entangled in everything else, so it would be extremely difficult to dismantle them. Like, I get it. It is the objective reality. If all the petroleum products manufacturing stops tomorrow, the world economy is going to crumble and millions, if not billions, of people would die. There is no arguing with that. But when people at the top of these evil-ass companies continue to perpetuate this destructive fuckery because they want more money? How? Like, how? Why? You can already buy anything you might ever want. What is even the point? How fucked in the head one has to be? And there's also a general erosion of trust in the companies and corporations. It's just assumed that the bigger the company gets, the more likely they are to fuck with you. So we live with this understanding that even though they may be useful, some things, they are not to be trusted. So you just assume that the society of which these companies are a part of is going to be a potential threat. I just have to assume that there may be a convergence in things I wear or eat out of or put on my skin or interact in any other way. It's always the back of my mind, because manufacturing safer products would not be profitable, or in a lot of cases, less profitable. The horror! I mean, how immoral is that? How can these quote-unquote leaders of this world be such cunts? I understand that in order to reach the top, one has to possess a uniquely fucked up mind. Only the most aggressive, cold-hearted, selfish, ruthless asshole reach the top, and then they reign. It makes total sense. I can't even say it's unfair, but it's just such a mockery of everything good, of humanistic ideals. These people don't participate in society except for a small circle of attendants and peers. This is self-ostracism on a grander scale. They reject the unwashed masses, yet they make decisions that directly affect the said masses with no regard for them. Zero empathy. All these problems exist because of someone's decisions. I can't get mad at volcanoes or tsunamis, or heavy rainfall or dust storm, even at the unbearable summer heat, even if my quality of life and property is damaged by them. It's just nature. On the other hand, the shitbags who make their black hearts everyone else's problem are also just nature. It just happened. You know, some people are born with the right personality and brain in the right circumstances, and it's only natural that they rise to the top. The difference is, we can communicate with them, unlike with forces of nature. We can deal with them one way or the other. Not all of them are bad, though. I do believe that some people who make decisions that affect the general public do it for a greater good. They want things to improve, they want to help, they want to solve problems. People like this definitely exist. Society would have collapsed into anarchy without them. Do they outweigh the assholes? I don't know, but they definitely provide some counterbalance. At the same time, it seems like a very naive analysis of the situation. I feel like an ignorant child In 1,000 years, and yes, I'm a firm believer that the humanity will live long and prosper and everything will improve eventually, there will be research done into this time period on how severely the planet and the nature were fucked with, on how deliberate it was, on the consequences of it all. I'm not without the blame, obviously. I use plastic every day, including single-use plastic. I hate paper straws. I use lots of water because it's so cheap where I live. I don't really recycle, although partially it's because there are basically no facilities in this country. Partially because I'm too lazy to do it. If I was really determined, I would have found a way. We are planning to move to a country within the EU, and I will do my best to follow the recycling protocols there, but I know that I should try to do better where I currently reside as well. I love that my husband is really conscious about these issues. We have slightly different opinions and approaches, but he sometimes volunteers and does nature cleanups and stuff like that. I really love that about him. But I'm just tired. I'm so tired of it. I would like to live hoping for a better future, being sure that things are looking up. I mean, for me personally, right now, things are indeed looking up. I'm taking actions, I'm overcoming my shortcomings. It's so fucking hard and takes so much of my time and energy, but I'm implementing positive changes in my life. The world, however, fuck man, I don't know. I know, follow less news or follow good news. One thing is for certain though, given that the countries, or more specifically, people at the top, people responsible for these decisions and negotiations around them, and those who have to make sure the changes are enacted, if they can't fucking cooperate properly regarding climate change, it doesn't seem likely that they would be able to cooperate properly when it comes to expanding beyond Earth. And another side. I'm not a fan of this type of phrasing. Countries can cooperate, or like, oil industry is destroying the planet. No, there's actually a handful of people who are, by some twist of fate, connections, luck, intelligence, and money, got into these positions. And they make those decisions. And as the saying goes, they all have addresses. Such a lovely mode of thinking, right? It's only going to get worse. But at the same time, things are becoming more convenient. Do you know what this is? This is chill, lo-fi apocalypse. Spend some money on this dopamine rug from Temu. This is what you would look like as a Ghibli character. Buy more, have a little treat. You deserve it. Spend your money, have whimsy. Spend the money you don't have. Now you can pay for your McDonald's fries in 4 installments. Isn't life grand? Here is a new show for you to consume without even having to rotate your phone. Everything is for your convenience. Just consume. Please, pretty please, with the cherry on top. Consume, spend. Life is hard enough as it is. Don't think, just spend. Spend! Consume.
New viral TikTok trend. They call it Ice Bucket Challenge 2.0. But this time, the bucket is filled with dry ice. Sure, you may end up looking like Joshua Graham, but at least you stuck to the bit. Bath water is out. AC water is in. Have a chance at drinking the moisture your favorite streamer breathed with your sexy, sexy lungs. And there is a new revolutionary surgical procedure on the market, Goosebumps Chic. Just a few hundred of tiny injections under your skin, in your arms and legs, in order to make the skin appear like you're freezing and shivering. Fancy. It's cold girl summer.
Oh look, and here's a tech bra in his dog shit ugly vest. But now it has an electric fan, it is filled with Freon. The future is now! My, am I just brimming with ideas? Oh, what a time to be alive! As much as I enjoy bitching, moaning, and complaining, I do feel most alive in the summer. Yet, I was walking to work one day and I realized that the reason why I feel so good in the summer is because I actually do feel most alive during these 3 months. We had a rather cold and long winter and spring, and now that the summer is here, I'm soaking in every last second, even those that feel uncomfortably hot and sweaty. I love seeing trees all green. I love the warmth. I love to sit outside in the cafes. I love walking around and feeling the wind on my skin. Summer is definitely my favorite season. There is a chance that not all is lost. Even though we've done immeasurable damage to the planet already, the temperature and the pollution are slowly becoming more and more manageable. While writing the script for this video, I've realized that I actually don't understand certain climate change fundamentals. I've had some vague notion, but not actual hard concepts in my brain. Well, this is partially why I've decided to start this channel in the first place. It's an outlet. What the fuck was that? Did you hear that? That was a weird sound. Anyway, it's an outlet to write my thoughts and form educated, contemplation-based ideas on various topics. Question: what is this ubiquitous 1.5 degrees everyone's been talking about? Answer: alright, maybe you already knew it, but to me it was some abstract concept, some nebulous killer. Basically, there is a statistically average pre-industrial annual temperature measured from 1850 to 1900. And now, these days, we compare our average annual temperatures amassed from several years in a row to those pre-industrial temperatures. If we don't go over 1.5 degrees Celsius on average, we're fine. Right now we're about 3.2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial average. In other words, we're fucked. To paraphrase George Carlin, the paragon of wisdom. Question: what are the main sources of global warming? The obvious answer is CO2 emissions. Non-obvious causes I had to look up are methane, water vapor, and nitrous oxide. Question: what are the main sources of this trash? Answer: CO2 comes from fossil fuels, obviously, and it is exacerbated by deforestation. Methane comes from livestock industry, literally it's cow farts, landfills, and petroleum products manufacturing, among other things. Obviously, I can't cover everything in one video. Nitrous oxide comes from petroleum products manufacturing and agriculture. And apparently, it's also some sort of a drug. I never heard of it before. Okay, how do we mitigate carbon effects? Fortunately, the percentage of clean energy sources is increasing with each passing year. Even the biggest polluting countries, such as China, are gradually rolling in more and more green initiatives. However, we have to consider that Even if all greenhouse emissions just stopped suddenly, the gases would still remain in the atmosphere, and there would be consequences for literal centuries to come. And there's also carbon capture and many other ways our amazing, talented engineers are coming up with. Now, here are some quotes I came upon while doing research for this video. All the sources are in the description. If all carbon dioxide emissions were eliminated by 2050, as much as half of the emissions would still be in the air 750 years later, still warming the planet. The biggest greenhouse gas of all is water vapor. There is no doubt that water vapor is responsible for more greenhouse warming than any other atmospheric constituent. But water vapor's behavior depends on the climate. So it is not a driver of climate change, but rather an amplifying feedback, since the water cycle is a constant part of the atmospheric circulation. As the water gets warmer, it can hold more water vapor, so a warming climate leads to more vapor in the air, providing a feedback effect and potentially leading to dramatic changes in rainfall patterns. But water vapor only stays around until the next rainfall. At any given temperature, there is a theoretical upper limit to the amount of water vapor the air can hold. The warmer the air, the higher the upper limit. And of course, temperatures are rising thanks to humans' emissions of longer-lasting greenhouse gases such as CO2. Water vapor amplifies that effect. If the temperature rises, the amount of water vapor rises with it. But since the water vapor is itself a greenhouse gas, rising water vapor causes yet higher temperatures. We refer to this process as a positive feedback, and it is thought to be the most important positive feedback in the climate system. Data centers tend to use significantly more water during the hot and humid summer months than during drier and cooler seasons. If all of today's national climate goals are reached, private oil and gas companies will be worth 25% less than today. If the world gets on track for 1.5 degrees Celsius warming, they would be worth 60% less. Maybe the true solar punk is when you're overheated, dehydrated, and your skin is all burnt and red. However, there are some counterpoints. Future warming projections are dropping lower and lower with each year due to introduction of clean tech. For example, in 2014, it was predicted that we would have a plus 4 degrees Celsius warming, whereas in 2025, this prediction got as low as 2.5 degrees Celsius. Also, the costs of renewables are dropping every year, and the additions of new energy sources to the grid are absolutely dominated by renewables. Moreover, more and more people become aware and convinced of the problem, thus shaping their actions and voting decisions around it. I leave my sources in the description, and in general, I would recommend the Optimists Unite subreddit. I know a guy who has very peculiar views. He thinks that whatever climate or economical shit is going down right now is just natural selection. Well, I reminded him that he had lost his job and couldn't find another one because of AI. And he replied that yes, it was just natural selection. And I asked, what if you were living somewhere next to a huge factory that was poisoning the environment and you could move somewhere else? and your daughter, he has a daughter, and your daughter got cancer because of that, would that still be natural selection to you? And he said yes. And like, where do you even go from this? He said that he is expecting a massive societal collapse. But he will be ready because he, get this, he read a book on how to survive an apocalypse. Sure. I mean, okay. Mind you, with this kind of mindset, this man is almost 40. He has trouble walking up a low hill. No, not due to any health conditions, but he would just rather take a taxi. And now, eventually, it's actually physically difficult for him. He's the kind of person who thinks edgy cynicism is a good enough replacement for intelligence. We're not on good terms, but he's a real person who genuinely thinks that. On the there's a train outside. On the other hand, isn't it a natural condition to expect an apocalypse? Could it be a part of my Proto-Indo-European cultural heritage? And maybe just a consequence of Christian hegemony and its apocalypticism that seeps into your mind no matter how strongly you try to distance yourself from it? By now, humanity has survived several plagues, countless wars, natural disasters, recent little ice age in the 16th century, even hypothetical population bottlenecks thousands of years ago. I imagine each and every one of them seemed like the end of the world at the time. All right, so what do we do about it? I mean, sure, I can turn off the news, I can occupy my mind with other stuff, I can focus on my own life, etc. And that's basically what I'm doing already. We can't prevent it completely, but we can persevere and hopefully do some damage control. It's so tiresome and draining, and we can be angry, we can be frustrated, we can be sad, we can just be despondent, but I am tired. It's like constant -1 health point every second. I can't do anything to change the situation. It just doesn't work like that. Any individual actions are overshadowed by giant structures, deeply entrenched in international politics and economy, and unless you are someone at the top of these systems, and if you are, it's unlikely that you're watching this video, although, I mean, why not? Unless you're someone at the top of these structures, individual actions barely make a dent. However, if we get enough people on our side and try to be conscious about it, the tide might turn. It's already turning, albeit not fast enough. I can try to minimize my impact, but that's it. Any other action would be illegal and quote-unquote disruptive to the global economy. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if someone finally snaps one day. But not me. Don't put me on your watch list. Whatever government agency is watching this, I'm too lazy and self-centered to sacrifice myself for a greater good. But basically what we can do right now is, first of all, just wait it out. Second, try to personally not fuck our planet up more than necessary, and maybe even try to have a positive impact. If your country has effective voting systems, then green, avoid single-use plastic, get an electric vehicle, plant trees, separate your garbage, invest in green company stocks, be a conscious buyer and consumer, you know the drill. Compared to the industrial scale pollutions, these are just a drop in the ocean, but it's still something. I don't know, ladies and lads, I don't know. I hate this feeling of helplessness. I truly hate it. Some motherfuckers made some dog shit decisions that are destroying my house. And there's basically fuck all I can do about it. So I just twiddle my thumbs and hope for the best. But let's say that everything is going to be fine eventually. How do we prevent similar bullshit from happening again? I have some ideas actually. Ethics class. Mandatory for every discipline, for every major, preferably starting in schools in a simplified form, but make it a standard practice all over the world. Like math, how not to be a total cunt 101. Not dogmatic, but just to build strong neural paths to think about morality and ethics at all. Along with it, we can create a culture of deep respect for the planet, for animals and plants and earth and water. Some sort of positive cultural brainwashing. Something akin to a religion? Not sure. Well, maybe I should start a cult. As far as capitalism, well, we all like to shit on it, quite deservingly so, but unfortunately, it's been the most effective system so far. Doesn't mean it can't improve. By the way, communism is no better for nature than capitalism. So, let's do green capitalism? Vote with your currency of choice for green alternatives. Governments should provide subsidies to get green businesses and ideas off the ground. I would also recommend researching and investing your time and other resources into off-grid solutions, such as solar panels, growing your own produce, maybe some tomatoes on a balcony. Actions that make it more likely that you and your family personally are going to be okay no matter what. One day maybe I'll buy a piece of land above an aquifer and drill my own well. Is that what's going to be prime real estate in the next 20 years? Land above water reserves? It's probably already costs more. Get it while you can, until some Nestle fucks come in and then we're out of luck. Conclusion. Let's look at it as on a historical event or period. Although this level of detachment might not be possible if you or your loved ones got affected directly by this catastrophe, think of all the ways this course of events might impact your life. Poor health, lack of AC, being energy dependent, for example, not having any solar panels or anything like that, living in a hurricane or flooding prone region, economic crashes, etc. Plan accordingly, because the shit will hit the fan harder than it's hitting it now. Accept it, try to minimize your impact or maybe even improve the situation, and find ways to proactively address the issues that might be relevant to you specifically. Unfortunately, all my grandparents are dead now, but if you have any elderly relatives or any other at-risk close ones, have a plan for them, because people will die. People have already died, and we have to do our best to not become a statistic. No one is coming to save you. Do not become a statistic. But yet, I believe this is not an insurmountable problem. Scientists and engineers are working every day to come up with better, cheaper, and more efficient solutions. And general public sentiment has been shifting more and more into recognizing this problem and supporting climate action. I believe in the power of science and human grit. We will live through this bullshit and survive and outlive the fuckers who caused it. We will restore our Earth. It is ours to live in, not theirs to play with. I have to believe in a better future, otherwise I'll go mad. And if we have hope, it's easier to see solutions rather than succumb to doomerism. If you have watched it all the way through the end, I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. I haven't actually said it in any of the previous videos, but you know, like the video. Oh my god, it feels so... Okay, so yeah, if you like the video, then like the video. Yes, please, obviously. This is a fairly new channel, but I have a lot of ideas for upcoming videos, so check my other stuff, and if you think that this is something up your alley, subscribe. I feel so silly saying these words, but I mean, yeah. All right, thanks. See you. Bye-bye.